I'm still in the closet, and you're watching Bobby LouTube. YouTube has been, for a while at least, a place where people of pretty much all walks of life can come for a bit and be entertained. Whether it be for a few minutes or a few hours, pretty much anyone will find something to watch. And it's been clear for a while now that one of the largest audiences on YouTube is kids, and it just makes sense that grown adult people are going to start creating content for these kids so they can start profiting off of and, offering these kids something to watch. Now, I don't think there's inherently anything wrong with this. I used to make Minecraft videos when I was about 16, 17, and I did exactly that. I catered my videos towards kids. And in a lot of these videos for kids, you notice that the intonation in their voices is not only more exaggerated, but it's higher, it's more silly, the vocabulary is very simple, and the entire video is very clearly laid out to keep kids as entertained as possible for as long as possible, so people can make the most money as possible. Like, I understand, I make YouTube videos that I want people to watch for a long period of time, because I want to keep people entertained, and that will hopefully make my channel grow. But this constant catering towards kids and the changing the way you appear in your videos has led to a bit of a development on YouTube lately. And it's led to a lot of creators completely changing their appearance for their videos. And whether this is how they carry themselves in real life, it is very clear that they are trying to look or appear or feel younger than they actually are, just to be relatable to their viewers. And the vast majority of the people doing this, especially the Mr. Beast copycats, are in their mid-20s at least, and they're all clean shaven. I'm 23 and I can't grow shit on my face, so nothing against those guys, but they are very clearly trying to appear young. Their voices are higher than they normally are, and you really feel this anti-aging culture on YouTube when you see and you look at YouTubers that have been on the platform for a long time. And you can clearly tell that these people have been uploading videos for 8 years, yet their appearance has barely changed at all. That is not normal. And it is this constant fight to decrease or completely eliminate aging that has become blatant all over YouTube. Everyone wants to look younger and younger and younger so they can appear more relatable to their viewers. And you can see a lot of this in the mainstream media as well. It's been going on for years, so there's not necessarily anything wrong with this. Directors have been casting older actors and actresses to play younger roles because these older people are able to handle or be more professional or do something different that a younger actor or actress would not be able to do. And that's one of the big reasons that it's so blatant on YouTube, because a 13-year-old would not be able to make the videos that Brent Rivera is making at 25. A 13-year-old would just not have the facilities to do that. And so 25-year-old Brent slots in to make those videos for them. But if you're still watching this video, consider subscribing, because once I hit 150 subscribers, I'm completely changing my channel to be exactly like Brent Rivera. Brent is a perfect example of this because he's been on YouTube. He's been one of the biggest creators on YouTube since like 2016. So we have a plentiful amount of videos at him at 17, at 18, and we can easily compare it to him at 25, and everything looks exactly the same. Look, Brent's not a good guy, and I have no good things to say about him except maybe his ability to stay relevant over the years, but he steals content and he does all these things. But he clearly caters his videos towards a younger audience. And I think the main reason that Brent is successful at all is because he's able to repackage content from other creators, often without changing it pretty much at all. And by applying his face, reputation, and personality to that video, it basically automatically will get more views because it will appeal to kids now. Brent is known for making entertaining kids content, and so when they see his face on a video that was another creator's idea, they are probably more likely to click on Brent's video, probably more times than they would click on the video from the original creator, because they're familiar with him and they know he makes family-friendly videos. It feels like he's trying to summon the 16, 17-year-old that made similar content for kids way back in the day. I don't understand this, because people are supposed to grow up and change in 8 years. But Brent is being rewarded for doing the exact opposite of that, not changing at all in 8 years. Even Logan Paul has grown up a little bit in that time. Brent literally feels like a carbon copy of the teenager that used to make cringy vines with Amanda Surdy and King Bach at the Vine apartments when Vine still existed. His hair's the same, his mannerisms are the same, his style is the same. The only clear difference to me is that his voice is actually higher. I said earlier in the video, YouTubers change the tone of their voice to better appeal to the audience that they're trying to make videos for. Even me, I'm trying to change my voice and get a little bit higher energy and just be a little bit more invested into the words that I'm saying in the script that I'm reading. And so there's nothing wrong with Brent doing it, but it's so obvious. I'll play the clip right now. You can clearly see that Brent's voice is slightly higher, and he already has a very high voice.
Welcome to this week's video. Hope you guys are having a great day and a great week. This is the doghouse I built for her a year ago, and clearly she's outgrown it. I just had finals this week and I just finished up, so I am beyond happy right now. So today, we're gonna be building her a $20,000 luxury house. So today's video is gonna be how to tell if a guy likes you part 2.
Brent is clearly changing or molding his person, his whole personality, who he is as a human being, around the audience that he wants to cater to. He looks exactly the same as he did 8 years ago, and that's insane to me. To be fair, I'm a lanky guy too, Brent, and so we don't really look our age. People confuse me for a 17-year-old all the time, but if you here are 2 pictures of me. Here's a picture of me when I was 17, and here's a picture, you're looking at me now. I don't need to give you a picture of me now, but you can clearly see that I look a lot more mature than I did way back in the day. And yeah, you can see a couple smile lines on Brent that weren't there when he was 17, and that's natural. But to not change who you are as a person at all is kind of insane that YouTube has created this factory of where people are rewarded for keeping people entertained. And what keeps people entertained? Watching a video that you relate to. And what's going to help you relate to somebody more? Feeling like they're closer to your age. And if Brent didn't look like he did, and maybe he had a full beard or he looked older than he does, the audience might think he was a little bit more out of touch, and they might not want to watch his videos the same way they do now, and he probably wouldn't be as successful. Like, you can see it obviously in his videos, because he has a lot of people in his videos that are well into their mid-20s but look like 18-year-olds. But this phenomenon is seen so much across YouTube. A great example of this in a different niche is Preston Plays. I have no animosity towards this guy at all, but it's clear that he is trying to look younger. He's 28 years old, and he's making Minecraft videos that, if I were to guess, are probably hitting viewers of the average age of about 13, 14. And, you know, I made Minecraft videos, so I have a decent idea, and it could be even younger than that. He is pretty clearly making himself look younger for his audience. He has this line down his hair, a sharp cut here, his hair is cut short. I think he has to. As a 28-year-old, you're beginning to get up there in age for your Minecraft videos. For example, I don't think a parent would be that comfortable if they walked in on their kid who was watching a Minecraft video with a face cam on the bottom right side, and the guy clearly looked like in his mid-30s or low 30s, whatever. But I think a parent would be less comfortable with that than they would if they walked in on their kid watching a video made by someone who was clearly in his about mid-20s. Like, it's more normal. And you can see this. Like, here's a picture of Preston in 2016, 2017, and here's a picture of him now. He looks older, but he seems to be grasping on a few straws here. Like, I'm okay with that. He's trying to fit in with his audience, but it just goes back to the fact that YouTube is perpetuating that people have to change how they look to be successful on YouTube. And it's just how people are entertained, how kids are entertained specifically. Again, it just comes back to kids wanting to relate to their YouTuber or whoever they're watching, and it's going to be harder for them to do that the older the person is. So the person is naturally gonna try and look a little bit younger and sound younger. I think a great example of this is looking at people like Markiplier. The guy has a very deep voice. He looks very mature for his age, or just normally his age, and he doesn't really cater to a young audience anymore. I think a lot of it is just the way YouTube has changed, but most of his audience, in my eyes, are probably people that have been watching him for years, and they still are connected to him because of the time they had spent watching him way back in the day. But he's an example of someone who is mature and he looks his age, but does not make videos for kids anymore. And I'm almost certain that's a decision on his part. But maybe if he were still being incredibly successful and his channel was being incredibly fruitful for him with the views he was getting from young kids, he might not stop. He might not have stopped. A rough example of this can be seen in Mr. Beast's videos. The guy is clearly not trying to change his age at all. He's probably actually trying to look older than he actually is, or he's just embracing aging and embracing his hair, and more power to him. If I could grow a beard, I would do the same thing. But I think I'm just stuck looking 20 for the rest of my life. You can see it in Mr. Beast's videos with the people that he has in his group, the other Mr. Beastians or whatever they're called. In Nolan and Carl, both of them look and sound and act very young. They're both incredible creators, and I really envy their ability to just hold people's attention and be entertaining but they come off as younger than Jimmy does. And I think that's one of the key reasons that these guys are always hosting or a big part of Jimmy's videos. They get a lot of screen time because they're very high energy. They have a high-pitched voice, they look young, and I think people respond to that very well. And by people, I mean kids again. Kids respond to looking at people that are younger. It wouldn't be the same if you saw a bunch of super bulky Bradley Martin, Arnold Schwarzenegger looking guys doing these fun skits for Mr. Beast's videos. It wouldn't feel the same, and kids probably wouldn't watch it. And I wouldn't watch it. I would be uncomfortable if that happened, honestly. When I saw this the first time, I got a little bit upset because I feel bad that these people have to change who they are, or they have to mold who they are to who they want to cater their videos towards. And I think I also might feel a little insecure that I'm not doing the same thing. I look young, I have a higher voice, I could be taking advantage of it the same way that Carl and Nolan are, but I'm not. But maybe it is the insecurity in me that's making me think about this phenomenon so much, but it exists. It is clear, it is obvious, and I'm sure now that I've brought it up, a lot of you are gonna see it a lot more now. If these guys are just seeing ways to make the best videos and best cater towards their audience, I can't really knock them for that. I can just point it out and kind of laugh at it because it is silly that we have to change who we are to cater towards our audience. And that's something I have done before, and I didn't like doing that, and I'm going to basically do whatever I can to avoid that from now on. I think a lot of the people that have fallen off from making kids videos, they don't feel fulfilled the same way I didn't feel fulfilled making these videos, and it ruins their drive to make content, and then they just stop changing and they stop improving or modernizing their videos every time a shift in what people want to watch happens. And this inherently kills their channel and, you know, hurts their career in the long run. But I think that's just what happens when you're making videos that really don't fulfill you or make you feel good about who you are. And I'm not saying that's how Brent feels or that's how Preston feels or Nolan or Carl. I definitely don't think that's how Nolan and Carl feel. They definitely feel great because they're just entertaining. That's who they are. But I don't know about Brent. I don't know if Brent is genuinely happy doing what he does or he's just doing it for all the wrong reasons. That's what happens. Some people are going to be demotivated by it, and then some people are going to take advantage of it and, you know, make millions of dollars, and more power to you if you can, but I feel for those who can't. If you guys enjoy this video, you know, consider subscribing for more video essays, or sometimes I watch stupid television shows from way back in the day, or do wild things. I don't know. Subscribe.
That's the thing. Hey guys, so I just realized I didn't do a handstand yet this vlog. I'm gonna end off the vlog soon, maybe put some other clips in here, but I think it's gonna be the end of the vlog, so yeah. Thank you guys all so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up, and I will see all of you guys in the next one. Take care.